Hey YouTubers and RV fans, so this is the continuation of Where Have You Been Part 2, so stay tuned. Okay, so before we begin the video, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and take a look at the strawberries. So hang on just for a second as we go look at the strawberries. It's growing like crazy. What? Oh my gosh, look at all these strawberries. Look at that. Beautiful strawberries. Let's see what this one looks like. Oh yeah. Got quite a few over there, and these vines are just growing out. And here's another batch of strawberries. Okay, so I'm running out to do some errands today, but I thought I would talk with you a little bit about where I've been, and this is my part 2 series, so and my Sunday video. So here we go. Well, you know, when I left off in the last video, I think we were talking about the trip I had taken to Asheville to see my grandson in the imagined 22 MLE. And I stayed in Asheville for just about 2 weeks. And I got to tell you, it was really wonderful to be back on the road again. And it was even better to see my grandson and spend some time with him. But what that whole trip reminded me of was how important my life on the road is. And so I thought to myself, okay, you know, you do a lot of reflection, I think, when you're living life outside of the road. And, you know, that reflection comes from, you know, what am I doing? And, you know, have I lost my zeal for being on the road, or is this just an interim one-stop shop where, you know, I took some time off and now it's time to get back? So anyway, make a long story short, with this whole reflection idea, you know, I always knew that even though I bought a home base, that I was going to be back on the road. I love being on the road. I love the people that I meet on the road. It's my tribe. You know, we talk about, you know, finding your tribe, especially if you're a nomad. And in my case, yeah, I'm very much a restless soul. Many people in my life have said to me, you know, when are you going to settle down? And I think the answer to that is never. Yeah, so for a restless soul, a nomad, I think settling actually can be equated to giving up. And that's not something I'll ever do. I'll never give up. You know, if you follow my channel at all and you've gone back to my original videos, especially my RV Life Story Part 1 and my RV Life Story Part 2, you'll see my preparations for getting on the road. You'll see my downsizing videos and all the different videos that I put up. And that was a lot of work, and it was a lot of effort on my part. And it really demonstrated, I think, my commitment to being on the road. But what do you do when a pandemic hits? I mean, come on, really. At the end of the day, I felt at risk and vulnerable as a single traveler. And the fact that everything closed down. So it was a really rough time in my life, as I'm sure it was for many. So from my perspective, getting a home base was not about settling down. It was really about something I had to do as an essential to survive. And but by no means does it mean that I'm not going to be on the road. And I know that's what a lot of people have thought. And the other thing too is, what about the YouTube channel? Well, I mean, come on, you guys know me. I'm a storyteller, and I like to share what's going on the road and what my experiences have been. And I do that through storytelling on my videos. My YouTube channel was never going to be one of these mega YouTube channels like Nomadic Fanatic or, you know, Less Junk, More Journey. As much as I'd love to have that, you know, that much subscribers and that many views every day, it was never going to be that. My channel was really all about me documenting my experience on the road. And if you wanted to follow along. That was great. I wasn't really tied to my subscriber count or the number of views or any of those things. So that means to me as a creator that I wanted to put up content that had meaning for you and value for you. You know, so many people watch my videos because some of them live vicariously through me on the road, and that's exciting, and I wanted to give you value. So, you know, the 3 years that I took off from YouTube wasn't really because I wanted to, but it was really because I didn't have any stories to tell. And I didn't want to just put up videos for the sake of putting up videos. And so there you have it. Now I'm back on YouTube, and I'm going to be telling stories. And there's going to be some videos that are going to be about, you know, my home base. Hopefully the majority of my stories are going to be about RV travel and, you know, being on the road and traveling different places. I know next Sunday I'll be putting up a trip planning video because I'm getting ready to plan my trip to Arizona, and I'll be spending probably a good 4 months out there. So, and that's a long trip from where I'm at in Tennessee. So I think it's about 1,800 miles. But I'm gonna, you know, true to what I normally do, I'm gonna travel on the weekends and set up and then work through the week and then continue my travels. So I hope you come along with me for those travels, because I think that'll be some fun stories to share with you. Anyway, back to the whole idea of getting a home base. Really, for me at the time, it was really an essential. I didn't really have much of a choice. And besides, you know, I knew that eventually as I got older, I was going to want to have a place that I could park and just take a reprieve from, you know, all the challenges on the road. There's a lot of challenges when you're traveling full time. You know, moving every, you know, 21 days or so, or in my case, it was moving almost every weekend, you know, presents a lot of challenge. So, you know, between the cost and expense of RV life, which that's a whole nother video, in the price of gas and, you know, the price of groceries, actually the price of everything. And then also this crazy phenomenon that, you know, RV parks think that they can charge, you know, $1,000 a month for a parking space. You know, give me a break. You know, I don't know what in the world happened to make that happen, but, you know, even if you pay your own electricity, I mean, really, water and sewer for a parking space, $1,000 a month. Now you've heard me rant about that in previous videos, and I'm probably going to continue to rant about that now. The one other thing that I think is really important for people who've been on the road full time is if you get a home base, it's so easy to move to a place of comfort where you don't have the challenges of, you know, trip planning and breakdowns, you know, and, you know, getting the RV back on the road, getting to your next destination, you know, where are you going to dump, where are you going to park during a long trip. You know, having a home base can be a very comforting thing where, you know, you don't have to worry about that. But that's also, I think, a trap, because once you get to that comfort level, then you also start to think, okay, why am I sitting here? Is this the inevitability of buying a home base? Am I now so comfortable that, you know, I'm just going to stay here and I'm not going to go anywhere? And, you know, for a lot of people who face the challenges when they're traveling and, you know, have, I don't want to say a high level of fear, but a high level of intrepidation traveling, moving back into that place of comfort is actually a trap. And I think it's really important that, you know, as full-time RVers, that you recognize that. Now, how do you get out of it? Well, hopefully you have good friends from being on the road that, you know, kick you in the butt and move you forward. And fortunately for me, I do. As you know, I traveled for a long time with Mike and Dawn from Random Bits RV. And Mike and Dawn came to visit us, visit me a number of times in Middle Tennessee, and stayed, you know, several weeks hooked up to my RV spot that I had for them. And it was really awesome. It's always great to hang out with Mike and Dawn. On this last trip that they came up, you know, Mike gave me a good swift kick in the butt and said, let's go. And I think I talked about that in my part 1 video, where, you know, we did all kinds of system checks on the travel trailer to get ready to travel to Asheville. And, you know, we sterilized the water system and everything else. But on this particular trip, Mike actually brought his boat. And now picture this, a 40-foot diesel pusher with a 25-foot boat on the back of it. And it's a beautiful boat. So he gets to the house and he pulls up, and you know Mike is coming with his big old RV, because all you hear coming down the road is that and that's the diesel pressures, I guess, in the brakes, releasing pressure. And you got to remember, the place where I live is very remote, and the road actually is quite small. And you know, so here comes this big big diesel pusher down this little country road with a big boat attached to it. Well, fortunately, I have enough property that we were able to, park the boat and also park his big 40-foot diesel pusher. But here's some videos of us on the water. We went down the Caney Fork River, and here I am wearing my boat hat up here in the Caney Fork River. So this is all a part of my Paddy Wagon Travels 3.0 rejuvenation of the channel. So this is our event out. Mike and Dawn are here visiting with us from Mississippi. So yeah, having good friends that can kick you in the butt and get you motivated, I think is really important. You know, an excellent example of the friendships that I've made from this channel is Life and Serenity, both Rob and Lisa. And I know that they're not together anymore, but they watched my video when I was replacing my Siphon 360 vent tube on Myrtle, the Class A, way back when I first started YouTubing and I first started my RV life. And what was funny about it is, as crazy as this seemed, Rob and Lisa saw that I was using an electric drill, and I said in the video, I need to get myself a battery operator or wireless drill. And do you know that in a matter of 2 or 3 weeks, I got this package in the mail from Rob and Lisa, and it was a whole DeWalt powerless drill system in a beautiful carry bag. And I was just like, what? You know, I mean, I never experienced anything like that, and I never have since. All right, so we've gone down memory lane, we've done some reflecting, and for me, it's great to be back creating content on YouTube. It's great to see all of you and to interact with you in the comments. Also, it would be really good if you take a look at my shorts. I am trying to put up some more shorts, a little bit more challenging on YouTube than it is on TikTok, but I am also on TikTok. So follow me at Paddy Wagon Travels on TikTok and also here on YouTube. I hope you all have enjoyed the video. It's, again, nice to be back making content. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're a new subscriber, thank you. And if you're a subscriber that's been with my channel for a while, thank you as well. It's wonderful to have everybody here today. All right, guys, and if you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button and click that notification button so you can be notified when I put videos up and shorts. All right, I'll see you next Sunday.